What I think, chat, is that we go for it. Is that we are returning to NCAA. And that we're going to take UMass from rags to riches just like we did for Tulane. We rework all the conferences to make them as close to realistic as possible. So we got everything as close to modern day, basically, as you can get, including Notre Dame being back in the independents. But there is one low-rated team in the worst conference, and that is the one-star, 60 overall UMass Minutemen. And I think they're the team. I don't know if they'll be able to live up to the hype that was the Tulane run, but we are going to use UMass. It's official. We thought about it last night. We're going for it. Morse, what's up, buddy? What is happening? I am excited to be back with NCAA. It has been a little bit too long. I love the strategy of building teams in this mode. Busting your ass to try and recruit somebody who's not even that good. Just want to make sure all of our settings are good, of course. We already set up the house rules and such. Let's see, coach philosophy as well. Let's just run a balanced playbook at this stage. No visit assistance, no scholarship advice, no recruiting board assistance. Turn all that off. We got this. We got this. Indignant, you did miss most of the Tulane run, but you're here for the brand new UMass run. So custom schedules we'll leave alone. In terms of redshirting a player, let's take a look at our starting roster here. So at quarterback, we have 4 dudes who have already been redshirted. So Joseph Cummings, John Harris, Steve Gibson, David Coker are all going to be on this team. Running back-wise, we do have the option to redshirt here. So Ashton Ford and Josh Jackson will be on the team. I mean, Edmonds, Jackson, and Evans can be kept around. Honestly, I think Darius Edmonds needs to be kept around because he might jump past Ford. You know, we're gonna save Darius Edmonds. We're gonna redshirt him for the year. We're not gonna play him. We're also gonna hold out freshman Nick Evans, and that way next year, I could even redshirt Antonio Jackson as a senior. But that way, our running backs this year: Ashton Ford, Antonio Jackson, and Josh Jackson. I feel pretty good about that. Fullback, Adam Watson, which is fine. Can you explain what a redshirt is? Like I'm 5. So basically, you will like to sit out the player for a year. So if you're a freshman and you get redshirted, technically, you're basically a freshman again next year. So you can essentially keep a player around for an extra year because obviously, college sports, guys are going to graduate, guys are going to go move on to the pros. So a red shirt is just saying, hey, you're going to sit out because I hope to have you, a little bit longer down the road. Like, I don't need you right now, but I'm going to need you next year type of thing. Wide receiver-wise, we are fucked. So we have 4 dudes who have been redshirted already. I think it's obvious. Torian Johnson will be redshirted this year. And then we have 2 seniors, Derek Williams and Alexander. So honestly, our best wideout, Mike Goins and Damon Perry. We're going to redshirt them too, because obviously this year we're going to suck. So the yield controller disconnects. I did buy a new 360 controller too. It should get here soon. God. I don't even know if we have to redshirt somebody at this stage. I mean, Matt Irons is going to be here. Let's redshirt James Spencer. Try to have him for next year. I mean, might as well take a year off. Have Irons get the full-time playing time. Maybe Kraft and Johnson improve a little bit. That's just brutal. Both those dudes on the O-line will stay. Rodney Cooper's decent. At guard, Joey Holmes. We're going to redshirt you in your senior year. Try to get you back for next year. Center, we're good. Right guard, we're good. And at tackle, there's nothing we can do. Defensive end, we're fine. DT, nothing we can do. Honestly, we could redshirt James Simmons because we have the extra DTs. Linebackers, it's 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. So 3 dudes have already been redshirted there. We are going to sit out Lawrence Pettaway. He'll take over for Justin Walsh next year, theoretically. Travis Carey, 77 rated, our highest dude. Jesse Boyd will be redshirted this year as well. And then we get into the corners. Oh my god. Yeah, we need to redshirt somebody. In theory, I'd like to keep Nick Baker around for a little bit longer. But I guess we'll sit out Kyle Parker and just run with Nick Baker as a junior. And then at safety, we can sit one dude. And we'll sit the decently rated sophomore Antoine King. Okay, so our red shirts are set up for the year. Again, sitting out a lot of players. Custom schedule we don't got to worry about. Let's set up yield recruiting board. Showing up to create prospects. Skip to scouting. And we'll see what dudes are out there and what we're able to pull off in terms of the early stages of recruiting here. I mean, again, a 1-star team tied for the lowest rated team in the nation. It's going to be rough. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to rely upon, you know, going after a lot of local talent as well, which isn't great. I mean, it says we need, obviously, defensive tackle, center, fullback, kicker. We need everything. And going after people on the Spark 100 is not going to work out. Like, top 100 players doesn't really affect us. But, hey, I mean, we might as well see who's out there, I guess. Did I back out too far? I definitely did. Let's go back to set up recruiting board here. So wait, we need everything. Yeah, basically. Let's go to the Spark then, I guess. So quarterbacks. I mean, we're not going to get any of these guys. That's just not going to happen. Canada Pipeline's a must. We'll try. Let's go to all prospects again. Roll green wave. I miss Tulane. But it's time to see if UMass can live up to the hype. So, let's look at the lowest rated dudes. Bunch of 1-stars who we could obviously be in for. This guy's from Goose Creek. Love to see it. Any Canadians? First and foremost, let's look at Canadians. So we have 4 Canadians, including Brad Watkins out of Calgary, Alberta. We'll target him. We'll target John Parks, who's a junior transfer. At least he's a sophomore at this stage, out of Victoria. Peterborough's own David Williams. And Robert Washington, another junior transfer. Noah Kane, another transfer. To be honest, it might be a mistake to target those 5, but we are going to try to get that Canadian pipeline open. Let's look in Vermont. Home of Bernie Sanders. Jerron Williams is already kind of targeting us as a place where he wants to be. So let's see. There's Stewart, Jason Jones, Roderick Bradley. So we'll pay attention to some of these New England states for the most part here. Again, we are going to fill up on our options rather quickly depending on how many dudes are around. Cody, this will be up on YouTube, yes. New York, obviously, like New York, New Jersey, we're not going to consider kind of our pipeline targets. Let's add all of our dudes for the moment out of New Hampshire. And then obviously Mass is the big place here. There's only 5 options out of Massachusetts, though. Let's get to Maine, beautiful Maine. Jeremy Carter out of Belfast. Love me some Belfast. Gardner. Don't really love me some Gardner. Holton. Jesus, that is up north. Biddeford. Stanford Alexander. And Biddeford Marcus Joseph. Gotta love it. Obviously, Louisiana's not a target for us. Connecticut. Holy Connecticut. Okay, so Connecticut is packed. Alright, Connecticut is absolutely packed with talent here, so we're going to have to prioritize. But let's be honest, the 5-star dude, there's no way. Or with the 4-star. The 3-stars, we have a shot. So Michael Perry, Terrell Lewis, Nate Bain. And then from there, we have a couple of 2-stars. Let's add John Small, the punter. And the fullbacks here as well. I need to go back and look at my already kind of pinned list here. Can I sort? Whoops. Whoops. Sort by targets, please. Thank you. So we do have some dudes already, though. Oh, controller. Come on, man. Batteries can't be dying. They're brand new. We do have 4 players that are just like, hey, yeah, I'll sign right now, please. But out of the dudes that we're looking for, I mean, again, we got to target the 3 stars. I think the 1-star options are what we really have to look at to make sure that's who we want to go after. You know, I think we're okay for those early targets. We'll target those guys to start things off here. It's not too bad. So, I mean, we do have options at least. It might not be, in theory, the most difficult recruiting setup. I actually think we got a decent amount of potential. At least I hope. I mean, shit, famous last words, right? But, yeah, fingers crossed here. Fingers crossed, definitely. Alright, I'm ready for this, man. I'm so ready. It feels so good to be playing this again. Like I said, I love the team building aspect. It's incredibly addicting once you get going. But yeah, this team's going to suck for a couple of years. And I think eventually, you know, if we're good enough, you know, we'll try to move to a bigger conference to really push the issue. Indignant, yes, we do get that extra bit of scouting at the start, which is going to be very, very crucial for us. Boy, have I been spoiled by Series X load times lately. Alright, so our bye week here in week 1. Solid UMass defense, huh? Let's go to our recruiting setup here. You're right, I did miss that preseason scouting, but it's automatically done at least, so I'm not too worried. I forgot about that part where I need to actively do it myself. The good thing is it does scout out people a little bit, so we just kind of left it up to chance, which is fine. I don't think there was anyone I specifically wanted to target anyway. So let's take a look here. Quarterbacks. We have 2 on the agenda here, including a 2-star in Alex Edwards. We are in his top 3. He's in his top 10 stage. Indignant, it's all good. You're looking out for me. 2 boys from Rhode Island here. Lamont Raymond has us up there too. So again, our biggest needs: DT, center, fullback, kicker. Okay. I did see that Silento was arrested. I thought I had a great tweet on the subject too. Alright. So we know that we're going to need an O-lineman here. We do have a lot of O-linemen to look at. So this guy in particular, we're in his top 2, 100% scouted. We know he's a 3-star option. Let's find out about him. Let's do it. So let's talk about playing time. We need to find importance for pretty much all of this. Unfortunately, with some of the stuff, oh boy. With some of the stuff we can pitch to him, it's not looking that good. We don't really have a lot that we can sell him on. Can't promise him a game in the home state. Oh boy. Man, yeah, there's really nothing I can promise this dude. At least not yet. And in terms of the pitches, there's not much else. I mean, I at least might as well learn. Actually, I just lost interest, yeah, because he doesn't really care. Let's just back out. I'm going to waste time on that phone call. We might have a little bit of trouble recruiting Mr. Bentley here. As far as other dudes are concerned, 1-star junior transfer. So we're in this dude's top 3, 100% scouted, 3-star, John Beck. Let's talk to you as well. And again, the grades are best thing we could sell him on. He doesn't really care about playing time. We're gonna have a hard time getting this guy. Again, it's the same thing. Some of our main selling points just don't line up with his interests, unfortunately. So yeah, that's another tough pill to swallow here. And then we have our other 3-star dude that we think, at least, we got to scout out, Mr. Manning. And he is pretty much what you'd expect, 100% scouted out of Worcester. Let's see what we got. All right, Mr. Manning. Low end, again, the only thing I can sell these guys on is, it happens to be playing time, and they just don't seem to give a shit. Like, they don't seem to care about playing time. They don't seem to care, you know, for playing for a local team. So a lot of our big selling points right now are just complete non-factors. All right, so we got these other dudes that are 2 stars, but we have 3 all linemen that we really are looking for here. And then on the D line at DT, we do have the 3-star option in Cedric Thompson. Let's call this guy up as well. Let's see, importance. Okay, there we go. That lines up at least. So he cares about playing time. Doesn't really care that he'd be a local. The only thing I can really sell him on is that this guy's going to play. That's what he cares the most about. So we will promise him solid playing time in year 1. And we will also promise him no red shirt in his first season. So that's a pretty good week for us there that'll help win him over. And a defensive end, I want to look at the 3-star options that we have here. We do need to scout out these other 2 just to make sure that they're worth it. Chris Barrett, better than advertised. What about Jason Beverly? Hopefully you're better than advertised. He is. Okay, cool. So again, right now I'm trying to prioritize these defensive linemen just because, I mean, I could move them over to tackle, where hopefully they'd still be decent since we need to recruit a tackle. Mr. Stewart. Some interest in playing time. Proximity to home. Yes. Cares a lot. Very good. Very good indeed. So again, above average, caring about playing time. Buddy, I'll make the same promise to you. Guarantee some playing time. And we'll make another early promise of no red shirt in your first year. So, very good report there for Stewart. Mr. Barrett, New Bedford. The pride of New Bedford. Mr. Barrett. Some interest in the playing time. Proximity to home, doesn't really care. That kind of sucks. Academic prestige is decent. Let's make the promise as well. Solid playing time first year. And we'll also guarantee you that we will not redshirt you. Another good report, the best one yet. Don't care why these guys don't really care about playing. Or I don't get why they don't care about playing. I mean, it's kind of their way of being like, hey, bigger school, come on, bring me in. I don't have to play year 1 if I get to say, like, fuck yeah, I'm going to this school. You know? Let's see, above average proximity to home for Mr. Beverly. I can totally understand why you wouldn't want to leave Gardner. Jesus. That's unrealistic. Alright, so playing time is of high importance. Guarantee you that playing time in Season 1. And guarantee you that we won't redshirt you, buddy. Another good report. Couple over 500. We have 3 hours of call time left. We can use it on anybody. I mean, I do need a kicker or a punter. We need to try and win over John Small here. Cody, take it easy, buddy. Catch you later. John Small. Let's see. Cares about playing time a lot. Cares about staying close to home. I mean, I'm in the same conference as Connecticut, right? So, I mean, no red shirt first year. It's pretty simple. Solid playing time first year. And, promise a game in your home state. Plus 700. Very, very good. All right, so 2 hours left. We can look at anybody. And our highest rated dudes in terms of overall, at least according to scouting. It is Robert Washington, the junior transfer out of Calgary. I mean, we're 7th in his interest level. He's in the top 8. He's only 2-star, so he's not going to get any better. But, I mean, that would be a hell of an addition for us next year. I mean, for the most part, it's all about these junior transfers. Let's talk to Robert Washington here. We might as well. Let's find out some stuff about you. Mr. Washington cares about the academic prestige. Cares about the proximity to home. Well, I can't really help you in that regard, can I? I like how they're like, well, Maine, Calgary, or Massachusetts, Calgary. Nah, they're close enough. You sure that's a B-? I can guarantee him the playing time. Obviously, he's a 79 overall dude. He's going to play. We got 1 hour left at this stage. Let's talk to John Parks. Let's see where this guy stands. He's got some decent teams in for him here. Doesn't care at all about the playing time. We might as well be out on this guy already. Yeah, it's going to be real tough to win over someone like John Parks. So, I mean, somewhat optimistic about how that went. We didn't lose anybody off of our board immediately, so that doesn't hurt. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to next week. We start our season against Akron. I mean, obviously, we're not exactly too tied to this team, so I'm not going to worry about jumping into like the gameplay at all. It really is just going to be like, hey, let's sim through the season as fast as we can. Make the most of it. We're going to get a couple of weeks in there. I want to see if we can walk away with our first recruit before we call it a night. Intrigued to see, again, how this goes for us. But, yeah, I mean, again, fingers crossed here. This goes well for us. I mean, I'd like to kind of shortcut this and, you know, actually just do well. You know, just immediately crush it. Get a 5-star recruit sooner rather than later. Stuff like that. I'm not holding my breath. All right, so we're going to get crushed by Akron, even though they're not a good team. Let's go back to our scouting here, get an update on our dudes. So, Edwards and Raymond, both still interested. Still in on Stephen Bush. Aaron Merriman, not so much. I mean, we're still in on every player that we've checked so far. John Beck, we're up into his top 2. Stephen Bentley is, like, there. Okay, we have lost Chris Barrett. He is going to go to BC instead of UMass. We got to get used to that. That is the first guy that we're definitely out on is Chris Barrett. Everybody else, though... Oof, Martin Perez is a real toss-up. Everybody else, though, we are apparently still in the running. Now number 1 on John Small's list, too, which is great. Of course, we're not scouting any athletes, though. So, let's see here. The guy just wants to be a dude. I mean, you can't blame him. You can't blame him. So, we're up into the top 3 here for Robert Washington. We are absolutely in the running. Holy hell. We might be able to sneak away and get this guy. I mean, there's a lot of work I want to pull off here. Let's talk to Washington for like 30 minutes. I mean, I can sell him on some stuff. We've already made quite a few promises. That's pretty much all we can guarantee him. We'll offer him the scholarship. We will make the pitch on the academic prestige. And we'll try to up the importance of the playing time, and it worked, which is very good. He's a junior, though. Well, Craig, I know we need long-term players, but my thought is, if we bring in a junior transfer, That makes our team better next year. Our team does better, we can then say to players, well, hey, look at how good we're doing. And that might help us jumpstart the caliber of player that we're able to bring in. Let's see, Martin Perez. We still have a shot for Martin Perez. Let's throw the full salvo at him here. Find some stuff out about him and see what we got. He cares about proximity to home, which we can help a lot. We need playing time to be important. It's not. We're no longer a 60. Come play for us. Exactly. I can guarantee you a game in New Hampshire. I can't really do that. Coach Stash. Getting really close to committing. Oh, you don't say. Here's a scholarship. Here's the official offer. You're getting close to signing? Come on down. 300's not great. Parks. We're currently 3rd on his list. How far back are we? We are right in the running here for Mr. Parks. Who is on 0 information right now? Let's scout out Merriman here. +5 for the fullback in Merriman. And we're 400 out. I gotta throw the salvo at this guy just to see. Just to see, we will throw the salvo at this guy. He doesn't give a shit about playing, which kind of sucks. But we're just gonna go for it. Just the salvo of, hey, can we at least get into the running, or is it a bit too late? That was like an 800, 900 point effort, though. So, I mean, if that doesn't get us close to being in the running, nothing will, right? Let's see, anybody else who's still on 0% scouted? The punter, John Small. Let's take a look at you, sir. Better than expected. Up to a 69. Nice. And, oof. God, this is way too many people. Could they ever do an out-of-the-park baseball NCAA football style game? I'd say so. I'd say so. I think that could be possible. I mean, obviously just do generic colleges. Maybe try to get some of the real ones. But, I mean, I don't know, right? Like, you wouldn't be... I mean, you wouldn't be able to have anybody kind of replicate like Ed O'Bannon did in the basketball game, because that was the big issue. It's like, okay, well, this is clearly me and you're not paying me, so what the fuck? It's tough to disagree with that, right? Alright, other dudes on 0% here. I know this dude's only a 1-star, but he could be a high overall. Let's just scout him out. Not great for Mr. Alexander. So in terms of talking, Mr. Parks. We're still in the running. Let's talk. Let us talk. Let's go ahead and offer you that scholarship already. Just go ahead and dole out some of these promises. Can't guarantee you a game in Canada, of course. Let's try to swam on the importance of playtime, and it worked again. That's a damn good start for us. We'll talk about the academic prestige over OSU. And we'll talk about the proximity to home over OSU. Pretty good week. Pretty good week there. Mr. Small, we definitely need to talk. Want to try to seal the deal. Get a punter / kicker signed up already. That would be great. I can talk about the playing time you'd get over Virginia. That worked out incredibly well. Proximity to home. That worked out well. We're definitely getting this guy. I would be shocked if we didn't get this guy. Let's just do prospect choice because, I mean, damn, I used too much time here. Let's just ask about campus lifestyle. Yeah, we lost 2 points. Damn. All right, well, John, hopefully you'll be coming here. Jonathan Beck. How far back are we of Florida? Right in the running with Florida and Oregon. So that would be huge if we were able to get this guy. Offer him the scholarship right out of the gates. Start promising him playing time because, again, that's the one thing that we can do. Compared to a Florida, compared to an Oregon, it's like we can guarantee that you guys are going to play. Try to get him a game in New Hampshire as well. Not able to sway the importance on the playing time, unfortunately. Proximity to home. That helped out a little bit. Big 800 point offer there. Brad Watkins. We're only behind Rutgers or Rice. Rice, excuse me. And let's go for this dude as well. Honestly, offer him the scholarship out of the gates. And again, we will make the promise of playing time. Because why not, especially if he's that high of an overall. There's a New Hampshire college team. I mean, the UNH Wildcats exist. I don't think they exist in this game. But, it's just, you know, it's just a small fib. It's not going to hurt anybody. I accidentally just promised this dude a game in Calgary. That's not going to help. That's not going to help to be like, hey, we'll play in Calgary. But again, you can get away with lying. As long as you hit on a lot of the other goals, you can get away with a fib here and there. Mr. Stewart. We are in the lead for you. Let's talk. Offer him that scholarship. Come on, Mr. Marquise. You can do this. I will offer you a game in Vermont. Playing time. You don't want to go to BC. Guy being dudes, that's bullshit. Come here. Okay, I need to convince you about academic prestige. Thank you. And we'll talk about... Here we go. Okay, decent little run there. 2.5 hours left. Cedric Thompson. Let's use up half an hour because we already talked to him already. We'll offer him that scholarship. Terms of promises, same thing. Try to get you a game in your home state, no guarantees. And in terms of playing time, you know I can offer you that over Florida. Damn right. I think Cedric Thompson might sign sooner rather than later. Then we have Alex Grigsby, who is a terrible prospect in terms of star rating, but he is a 66. We're going to put our name into the hat for this guy. Honestly, just offer him the scholarship. We might as well. It's from Rhode Island. Solid playing time first year, buddy. And no red shirt in your first year. Let's also... I mean, I can't guarantee you a game in Rhode Island, but hey, small fib. Small fib. Proximity to home. It says very low. Bastard. We have academic prestige, though. Did you ever think about that? 756. You love to see it. We're looking good right now. I'm feeling confident about this recruitment process. I don't know anything about Carter. We do know a bit, though, about Roderick Bradley, hard-hitting safety. Let's talk to him. Scholarship dog, right out of the gates. Right out of the gates. It's all I can promise you. Scholarship, playing time. Let's do this. You know you want to sign here. You don't want to go to Penn State. Penn State in 2012. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There we go. All right, we are done scouting out our big board for the moment. So we did lose out on one dude, but for the most part, I feel like we're building up good momentum. Let's see what happens against Akron. They have the advantage. We're probably going to lose this game. Kirk's picking the Zips, which again isn't surprising. Maybe we can shock them by going to the depth chart and auto reordering. So good old Joseph Cummings is our guy at quarterback. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and sim this and hope for the best. Our first game here with UMass. We're playing Buffalo up next. And against the Zips, we lose 27-17. So our first game at the helm. Does it really count if I had no effect on what the team looks like? I don't know. But all in all, we end up losing to Akron, which isn't really surprising at all. At all. Come on, I want to lock down a recruit before we call it a night. A win is a win, so a loss is a loss. Allegedly. By the way, shout out to my email. I go to check my email, still use Yahoo, and one of the top articles is from the Huffington Post. Title: When I was outed for my porn past, pole dancing helped me heal. You go, girl. You do you. You do you. That is an article that you click on. God damn it. That is an article that you click on. Full credit to Yahoo. Alright, come on now. We play Buffalo. But more importantly, the recruiting. Can we lock down a recruit this early? Probably not. Okay, we didn't. But we are on first now on a lot of people's lists. Let's double check here. So quarterback, we are still in the running for these dudes, which is pretty nice. Running back wise, we're kind of in the running as well. Actually, let's just go back to all positions, I guess. I want to sort this, of course, by OVR. Okay, so some dudes are ready for a visit. Robert Washington we're in first for, which is great. I don't really think we have to waste the points to 100% scout him out. We already know he's fantastic. How far ahead are we on Georgia? That's a nifty little lead. I don't really think we have to do much. I have sent him an offer. Not ready for a visit, but we're in first. I don't think we have to waste time there. Then there's Aaron Merriman. We are in the running with North Carolina. He's ready for a visit. So what we'll do is talk to him here for 1 minute, just long enough to schedule a visit. Problem is, I can't really sell him on too much. So we'll have him visit week 3 against Buffalo. And we'll see what happens. Mr. Martin Perez, how far behind the U are we? We are right in the mix. Let's put in the work here with Martin Perez. Solid playing time first year. No redshirt first year. Again, I need to try to sell him on the playing time. Didn't work. Proximity to home, we got that over Miami. And academic prestige, we do not have that over Miami, unfortunately. Let's just go prospect choice. Eh, 488's not too bad, I guess. Alright, so he and Merriman are done. Then there is Mr. John Parks. We have a decent little lead, nothing too crazy. He's not ready for a visit. I think we can hold off. John Small is ready for a visit. Let's go ahead and get him scheduled for, might as well be this week. Week 3 against Buffalo. Try to lock him down as soon as we can. Buffalo is one of our better chances to win. Then we have John Beck as well. Very good lead on Florida and Oregon. Same thing. Let's get him in for a visit this week against Buffalo. Why not? Nico, take it easy, buddy. Don't worry, I won't be streaming for that much longer. You're not going to miss much. Let's see, Watkins, we are in first by a very good amount. Very good amount indeed. What about Marquise Stewart? We're in first by a very good amount. We're looking really good right now. Let's schedule a visit for Mr. Stewart as well. I think we're going to lock down our first few recruits here very quickly. I'm hoping, at least. Thompson. Huge advantage over Florida. The Tim Tebow effect not working out. Schedule you for a visit this week. Let's just hope we fucking beat Buffalo. Or at least impress. Alex Grigsby, we are in first for. Big lead over BC. Man, we're crushing it right now. We are crushing it right now. The big risk is trying to sell them on something that they're not really that interested in because of the lack of scouting, but it is what it is. Jeremy Carter. Worse than expected. Not by much. Then we have Mr. Bradley. Not a huge lead over Penn State. Let's talk to him for a little bit. Playing time. Average importance, that's not bad. Academic prestige. All we can really do is sell him on it. Need to sway importance on the proximity to home. He doesn't care. Not great. Not great. Yeah, we might have a little bit of trouble locking down Roderick Bradley here. Let's see, David Williams. We are neck and neck with BC. The pride of Peterborough. Peterborough. First things first, scholarship. David, I think you'll be good enough that we can guarantee you some playing time here. Again, the full salvo. Even going to offer a Canadian a game in his home state. Which, you know, he doesn't have a state, so it's not technically a lie. Because you're not American. You don't have a state. You don't have a home state. 4D chess, baby. Mike Perry, we know nothing about you. Better than expected. How far behind? Yeah, I don't care how far behind we are. Let's talk to this dude. Scholarship out of the gates. Promises out of the gates. I mean, we really just have to throw whatever we can at the wall to make sure that we make things happen. Playing time. Average importance. It's not bad. Last but not least, proximity to home, which he doesn't give a shit about, which hurts quite a bit, unfortunately. Let's see, Alexander is kind of trash. We're right there with UMass, though. Man, we still got a lot of dudes that we haven't talked to yet. You know what, Alexander, let's, you know, fuck it, let's still talk to you here. Still wouldn't be that bad. Like I said, I have no problem breaking a lot of promises because we're going to keep a lot of promises, so it all kind of comes out in the wash. It's a pretty risky move, but I mean, man, when you're just starting out, you kind of have to take these risks. A big week there for him. Manning. How far behind? 20 points. We could totally lock down Maurice Manning here, too. Scholarship. Just give you that play time, buddy. Come on. Come on, Maurice. That's what this team needs, is a Maurice. Every team needs a Maurice on the offensive line. Every team. I'm pretty sure I can guarantee him a game in his home state. Pretty sure I can pull that off, you know? That's the one promise I'm not going to break. 1 hour left to scout. How far behind are we on BC on this one? I don't know why I'm surprised that BC is our biggest competition. For literally everything. Oh, come on, Dick Wright. Let's do it. You know. You know that you want to sign here. You know that you do. I need as many new recruits as I can get. Please. 7:19. Not bad. Let's see. 2 hours left to call. Terrell Lewis, you're going to be the last dude that we scout. Pretty much stayed right where he was. Let's talk to him. Scholarship for you, Terrell. Same thing. Got that playing time. No red shirt. Should be able to play a game in Connecticut, no problem. About time I accidentally hit guarantee national title. That's a promise I can definitely keep. Alright, 847, not bad. Jason Beverly, let's talk to you. Try to get this distance on Connecticut here. Let's see. Happy about the playing time. Let's just shit on Connecticut. Not bad. We're looking good. We're looking good. There's never enough time to talk to every potential signee that you want to talk to. But I am very optimistic that we're going to pull off some of these signings. I do need to go back to the recruiting, though, and reset the visits now that it is week 3. Yes, now we have all these dudes that are projected to visit. So, Mr. Stewart. Let's have you take care of those 3 things. Grigsby. Oh boy. Just talk to the professors, buddy. There's nothing else I can do for you. Cedric Thompson. Yeah, we got the depth chart. That's about it, buddy. Have fun talking about the depth chart. Mr. Beck. Yeah, we got 2 things we can sell them on a little bit. Anybody else in on the visit this week? Yes, Mr. John Small. A couple of things we can sell this dude on. And Aaron Merriman. Not much I can sell him on, but he'll get the old city tour. Come on. Come on. Give me our first recruit. Hopefully we beat Buffalo. I doubt we will. We'll probably get pooped on. 31-21 loss. Not ideal. Not going to help us out as much, losing that particular game. But the hope now is that we pull this off and we get our first recruit here. And we get to end night 1 on a high note, essentially. Oh boy. I love how I've missed all the fantasy hockey chat, by the way. I never ended up doing anything fantasy-wise this year. Just never did. Not enough time in the day when you're doing esports commentary and podcasting and streaming and video. There's just never enough time in the day. There's just never enough time. We're not. I wouldn't say we're specifically targeting players who are interested in us. We went after players in a lot of pipeline states, New England region and Canada, just to try and help things out. So there were a couple of dudes who had us towards the lower end of the interest rankings that we were able to build up pretty quickly. Come on now, please tell me we locked down somebody. Come on. Damn. Not yet. Not yet. It's too good to be true. We have lost out on 1-star wide receiver Marcus Joseph. He goes to Memphis. I mean, without scouting the guy, we don't know if that's a major loss, so yeah, that's okay. We can let him go. Hopefully Memphis didn't just get a steal. We still have a lot of dudes that haven't even had the time to scout. Actually, that's the one thing that we'll do. In terms of scouting, we know Merriman's better. Let's see, is there anybody who really hasn't had any scouting focus so far? I mean, again, you only get 3 hours a week, which is pretty rough. All right, let's take a look at Nate Bain, wide receiver. Try to get him fully scouted. Catcher, it's all good, buddy. I mean, again, Twitter, Twitch, Discord. So the girlfriend's catching the Bruins game. Does she have a favorite yet? Not yet. Honestly, she hasn't caught the last couple because we have been playing a lot of Nintendo Switch games lately. A lot of A lot of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. A lot of Jeopardy. So, let's go ahead and scout out this guy as well. So, yeah, a lot of Mario Party, a lot of Mario Kart. Alright. So let's see here. How far ahead are we on Washington? Decent over Georgia. Merriman were number 1. Very good lead over UNC. Who wins the most out of Jeopardy, you or her? I do. I'll just be flat out honest. She'd tell you the same. But when she knows a question, man, she is lightning fast on the buzzer. I don't have the reaction time she does, despite the fact that I fucking play video games for hours a day. It's ridiculous. Smarter than the teacher. Well, dude, like, if a section about football pops up, like, I'm gonna know this. I think you guys kind of noticed how my brain works with roster editing, where I'm just like, hey, here's this fucking random bullshit I know for no reason. Like, obviously, it's translated to some stuff. You know? It depends on the subject. Alright, Martin Perez. Ready for a visit. How far ahead are we? Decent lead. Let's get Perez scheduled for a visit here. We'll schedule him for like week 9 against the FCS teams. Yeah, I mean, we might have to wait a little bit. But we'll schedule Martin Perez for a visit there. Indignant, you're not wrong. It's a risk on Washington. I'm probably going to go back to him. It just depends on where else we are. Like, we got a decent lead with Parks. Damn good lead with John Small. He's definitely coming here. Very good lead with Jonathan Beck. Very good lead with Michael Perry. Very good lead with Brad Watkins. What about Marquise Stewart? Man, we're crushing it right now. Cedric Thompson. It's tough to imagine unless bigger teams come in for these players that we're not walking away with these guys. Antonio Gray listed as a gem. We got to compete with Connecticut to get this guy, so let's do that. Offer him a scholarship immediately. The Pride of Holton, Maine, which is very, very, very north. Let's see if we can bring in Antonio here. If he cares about playing time, he doesn't. Damn. We got to try to swing that. So we make a huge push for Antonio Gray. Then we have Bradley, who's ready for a visit. Holton, isn't that practically Canada? Yes. Schedule this dude for the same thing against the Northwest team. Then we have David Williams. Pretty good lead over BC. What about Alexander? Very good lead. Alexander's ready for a visit, so we'll book that. Same thing against the Northwest team. Maurice Manning. We got to put in the work for Maurice Manning here. I want this guy. Catcher, it's just starting up now, basically. So, we're in the 6 to 12 range. So, abuse accusations about Marilyn Manson came out. That they did. And I mean, as someone who goes back and forth between liking his music, it's a shame because it's one of those things where you're just like, yep, no, he is probably a scumbag. You know, unfortunately, there are a lot of signs out there that I kind of agree with the sentiment of people just viewed it as like, it's just him being a wild, crazy persona. But then you kind of read between the lines with some of the stuff that's been said, and it lines up with like, oh no, this dude's just, you know, an actual horrible human being. You know, sometimes you gotta call a spade, I guess, right? It's like, oh no, who would have thought that he was horrible? You know? And some people will be like, well, duh, no shit. And it's like, well, the same people will be like, well, don't judge a book by its cover. Terrell Lewis. Not a very big lead over BC. Let's talk to you. Wethersfield, Connecticut, huh? I don't know how many selling points we're going to have here that are actually half decent over what BC can offer. So it's kind of a rough spot to be in with this guy. Beverly, ready for a visit. We got to put in the work with this guy. We got to put in the work with this guy. Same thing, we'll schedule him for that Northwest matchup. Playing time, I can offer that in spades over UConn, which is great news for us. See, that's what you notice, man. It's always the new people who drop caps. It's always the new people. Yeah, 349 is not too bad. Jeremy Carter, we are behind Rutgers. It's close though. Let's put in the work for this dude as well. I'll hit him with the full promise scholarship salvo here. See what we can do with one Jeremy Carter. I can't promise the game in Maine, but I don't mind breaking it. It's worth it. Can't promise the game in Maine because UMaine's not in the game. Otherwise, we would 1000% be UMaine. Stephen Bentley. We are the undisputed #1 on his list. 100% scouted. Might as well just talk to this dude and say, hey, let's make this happen. So, Stephen, let's sort this out, buddy. Let's sort this out. I don't mind making promises I can't keep in this instance. And let's try to sway your importance here on the proximity. That failed. Kings are debuting their beautiful reverse retro tomorrow. It's interesting when teams are wearing the reverse retros and when they're not. They're very spread out. Okay, we're very far behind Syracuse here. We got to make a play for Jason Jones if we're going to make one at all. So let's throw the salvo at him. See how he feels. See if we can compete with Syracuse. I don't know if we'll be able to here, though. Beautiful reverse retros an oxymoron. Ouch. Revamp, what's going on, buddy? I've seen you on 14 recently. I've tried to check out the stream, but fortunately having to wake up early recently for some esports stuff. But how's 14? Again, I prefer 13 because I do like this recruiting system a lot more. Although, boy, do I hate that I don't get some of the updated graphics and stuff like that with the rebuild stuff. We also get Noah Kane. We're in the mix for this guy as well. Let's talk to him. The pride of Hamilton, Ontario. No red shirt the first year. Home state. You technically don't have a home state. Can that really be a broken promise? I don't think so. Again, 4D chess with these Canadians. Like obviously, you can't expect to play in Ontario. All right, we got 30 minutes left. How far behind are we on Nate Bain? 6'5" wide out, man. I mean, it's promising. And again, we will give him the salvo. I agree, 13 recruiting is better. 14's always been fun. It's weird, though, from looking at it and from my experience with it, 14, the gameplay is a little bit more fun. But 13, the recruiting's better. So it's like, well, what do you care about? If you're someone like me, it's like, do I want that extra fun recruiting or the little bit better gameplay? I obviously side with the recruiting, and of course it's cheaper on the wallet. Oh, Northern Illinois. Week 4. Again, we're not caring too much about this season. We lose 41-38, so we are still winless on the year. But I was hoping to be able to lock down a recruit before calling it a stream, and at this point I'm pretty damn well determined. But we have been, running at this for a while now. So. Oh, damn. NCAA 14 price is outrageous right now. I mean, it was outrageous to begin with, and then you add in the whole, like, revamp stuff. I can imagine how much that's, you know, downloaded through alternative means and stuff like that. Alright, come on. Let us lock down our first ever recruit. Come on now. Come on. First recruit of the new campaign. It all starts somewhere. Who's it going to start with for the Minutemen? And we're going to find out this week. Because we knew, 60 overall team, we were going to suck this year. It's, you know, it's just, you know, we're going to be horrible. Don't even care about the season results. Damn it, we still don't lock anybody down. We might have to chalk up tonight as setting the building blocks, but knowing that we're not going to be able to get the players that we want here. That's rough. So again, we don't need to scout out Washington. Do we have anybody that we just flat out don't have any information on at this point? We know that Gray is a gem. Anybody? We have the majority of our players at least scouted somewhat. It's just now the dudes at the bottom. Yeah, so Tom Miller, how good are you? We have another gem, +7 for Tom Miller. What about Rob May as the linebacker out of Wellesley? Not exactly a gem. Everybody else we at least have some info on. So because of that, I could finish out the scouting. I know we have players on the board that are going to commit to us no matter what. Or at least that we don't have on the board here, but that are interested. Okay. Building a team of Canadians. NCAA 13 seeing 60 to 80. 150 for 14. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, let's get finalized information on Mr. Washington here. He is an 80 overall gem. Junior transfer, but still. And a Merriman as well will use the other time here. He is a 74. Okay. So Washington, we're still in first over Georgia. Not by a ton, but we are in first. Aaron Merriman. Decent lead now on UNC. We do have competition, though. Perez, pretty good lead. What about on John Parks? Still a decent lead of 220. It's not dead set. We are definitely getting John Small. No doubt we have our kicker problem solved for next year. Jonathan Beck, we're looking okay. Michael Perry, we got a decent lead. Watkins, we got a decent lead. We're looking really good right now for a lot of these players. I mean, we're competing with schools like Florida for a lot of them, too. Okay, Gray, we don't have a huge lead on Connecticut. Let's talk to this guy. So we made all of our promises. I need to convince him about playing time. Damn. Let's find out about academic prestige. So our main selling points, he has no interest in whatsoever, which really hurts, unfortunately. Yeah, +86, nothing too crazy. That wasn't ideal for us. Roderick Bradley, decent lead on Penn State. David Williams, good lead there. Alexander, we got a good lead. Alright, let's try to sway Mr. Manning here a little bit. There we go. Good start. Playing time. I can convince him over Iowa, but not by much. Well, I can't really promise coach prestige, can I? At least not yet. Oh boy, Coach Stash is feeling the heat right now. Let's see, Richard Wright, an okay lead. Lewis, an okay lead. Beverly. Man, we're looking good. I want to be able to put the work in, though, with some of these lower-level guys, like Jeremy Carter. Let's talk to him really quickly. Again, same thing. Really got to try to sway as much as I can. It's not looking too good, though. There's a really good chance we're going to get passed by one of the two teams that we're in the running with here. Revamp, we're working on it, man. I mean, we took Tulane from what they were to a Dynasty. Revamp, this is year 1. It's my first time playing this game in about a year. We had a mythical, magical run with Tulane. And I got the itch again to play. I was going to go back to MLB, but it's like, well, the new one's going to be out, you know, in 2 months. It's like, I might as well just wait. That way I don't feel like I'm already kind of burnt out by the time the next MLB comes around. So it was the right time to come back to this. Oh boy. There's not, yeah, we might as well just back out and not risk wasting any points there. Jason Jones. Decent lead, but nothing too crazy. I just realized with Lewis that we need to schedule a visit with him. Same thing, we'll do it when we play the Northwest. Again, we got to talk to one Jason Jones here. We have our first edition. Jason Jones, 3-star wide receiver, chooses UMass over Syracuse. Let's go. I knew we were close to getting somebody. That's not who I thought we were going to get. But we get 3-star edition. Jason Jones. Fantastic. Chooses us over Syracuse. God, you love to see it. The hard commit to UMass. Again, I wish I could, oh man, I need to go to more info with him. Yeah, I need to see the skills. So, I mean, 85 speed, 74 acceleration. I mean, you know, he's not going to be the best. C catching. Whoops, I didn't mean to go to Noah Kane. Go back. Jason Jones. C catching, 68. I mean, he's not great. Right? He's not great. But it's a big win for us to get a 3-star option. So, like, he is bang average. He doesn't do anything particularly well. But we locked down a 3-star prospect. Or a 3-star recruit very, very early on into this run. Which is tremendous for us. And thankfully, he might not be the last. Let's talk to one Noah Kane here. I mean, yeah, you got to figure that, right? Like, average, it means a whole hell of a lot for us. You know, if we're a bigger school, then yeah, average is just like, okay, this is a swing and a miss. But for us, that's a W. That is a W right there. So, very, very happy with that. Still trying to lock down Noah Kane, again, the pride of Hamilton. Nate Bain. Still close with the Terps. See what we can do with Nate Bain here. We still got about 5 hours left. Offered him a scholarship. Let's see what we can do about the promises and actually find out some information about this guy. Unfortunately, we're going to have to waste some hours there because the D-pluses really don't help. We're going to have a hard time convincing that dude. Tom Miller. We're out. He's ready for a visit. He's going to BC. No doubt about it. So, Tom Miller, don't even bother with the visit, buddy. We're not going to waste money in the budget. Just get out of here. What about Jerron Williams? We are the only team in for him right now. I mean, he's not great, but like these are the lower level guys that we might be able to make something happen with. I'm going to talk to him for like 10 minutes, literally long enough to just offer him a scholarship. And we'll keep an eye on him. Alex Edwards. Not that we really need a quarterback right now, but, I mean, we're in the running and we can at least compete to try and drag him away from BC. Right now the promises of playing time, you know, hit or miss apparently. Oh, promise you a game in Rhode Island. I can't, you know, live up to that, but he doesn't know that. It's fine. All right, 7:42 for an opening volley. Not bad. What about Javon Young? Oof. You know, we're looking down and out, but maybe not down and out enough to the point where it's not worth, you know, throwing out that opening salvo to just be like, okay, here's everything we got. If this doesn't change your opinion, if everything that I'm promising you doesn't change your opinion, then yeah, we're out. But I mean, this will be the decider right here. If this can close that gap with Rutgers, I mean, an 855-point swing there. I'd like to think it'd make somewhat of an impact. Seth King, not really committed to Buffalo. We got an hour and a half left. Well, let's talk to this dude. Why not? Why not? I mean, again, 2 stars, not the highest overall, but I wouldn't mind weakening Buffalo. Do you really want to go play in a parking lot? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Nobody wants to play at Buffalo. That's a fact, architect. 795. What do we got? Half an hour left. Stephen Bush, 1 star. Okay, he's going to Buffalo. Stephen Bush wants to play in Buffalo. He's off the board. Rob Mays, head-to-head with BC. 1 star Lamont Raymond. And a 1 star Doucette. How were the default rosters in FHM? They were pretty good for the most part. I mean, there were like a couple of minor complaints that I had. Nothing nowhere near the level of complaints I have with like EA's rosters, of course. Imagine needing to shit talk Buffalo. Imagine losing out to Buffalo. Fair. Well, the shit talking backfired, didn't it? All right. That is it with the board. So it's official. We get our first recruit. Let's get our asses kicked by Miami of Ohio. 30-0. 30-0. But all in all, this was a pretty good start for UMass. It is going to take us a while to get to where we want to be. But all in all, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about where we are. The question is, will we get another lockdown recruit as we jump into week 6? Come on. Come on. One more recruit, baby. End this night on a real high note. Miami, Ohio. Always forget they exist. That's, you know, I'm sure they're used to hearing it. It's like Miami. Ohio. Oh. Jay Luddy, thank you for the bits, buddy. I appreciate that. Any other FHM questions, of course, ask away. More so on Twitter or Discord because we are about to wind things down. I just need to see if we can get one more dude. Show me one more guy being a dude. Didn't get anybody else. But we do have Jones. So we do have Jones as our first addition. Our first recruit. With that, I think we call this debut with the Minutemen a success. All things considered.